Hey everybody, welcome back. Thank you for joining me on my rating climb and checking out this game. I've been doing really well with my games, been climbing the rating ladder, but it doesn't always go so smoothly. Anyhow, let's check on this game and I'll show you. Alright, so I played this person about a 947 and I got up to a 942 here with this game and started off with a Jobava London, but they're starting to play like a Pirc or King's Indian, and with that, you don't really play the Jobava London with it. The best way to go about it is the 150 attack, and that is like the perfect response to this particular setup. So I'm trying my best with it. I don't know a lot of the theory, and this is actually what's going to be on my next Stockfish Teaches video. I'm going to go over some of these lines because I feel like I'm going to see the King's Indian quite a bit in like as white, and I want to be able to play it correctly on the first several moves. So anyways, I try and get into that 150 attack, bring the bishop up and queen up, and he castled, and I castled. That was supposedly the best move, so I feel like I did pretty well, and that was move 6. And then I didn't quite do the correct response. I was a little confused by this pawn challenge, and I didn't think it was very good, and I didn't know exactly the way I should respond, whether I should push the pawn up or if I just should go for the bishop attack right away. I didn't really want to take here, take there, oh, take here, take here, him take back, and then have to just trade off queens. I didn't think it was that great, but if I were to trade here, he came back, I took the queen, he recaptures with the rook, and then the rook recaptures. That is so good. I would want that because it would put him in check. He would have to drop that back, the bishop back, and then I would take that bishop for free. So it would have been really good for me if I would have just captured there, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really calculate everything that far through, and I wish I would have. Instead, I just did a blunder, and ultimately my opponent would win a pawn because of it. So he captured the pawn. I took the bishop. He took the knight, and then yeah, I just had to recapture there, or else he would take with check. I would recapture. He would probably have some sort of queen move to, or knight or bishop or rook or something that would just completely devastate my position if I would have let him continue. So I didn't really want to take my queen there, and then plus, what do I do after the fact? Like, I can't just take the pawn. I would need some other supporting rook or something. But so I did that, responded there, and I was thinking if I could keep my queen here, bishop here, maybe I can push the bishop over here, bring the queen in for a checkmate. But I knew that he could push his pawn or get the queen in the way or something, like rook in the way, that it wouldn't quite work. So So I just try and threaten his knight, and he went and threatened my queen. Like, he took the principle of what's the greater threat, and I can't exactly capture the knight because it's being supported. So I dropped it back, and he had some sort of a knight sacrifice here because, like, he weren't. It's not a real sacrifice because my queen is being under attack. If I recaptured here, he would just take a free queen. So I'm glad he didn't figure that out, because that would have just won him a rook. So I tried to create a scary looking threat with the queen up there. Since my bishop was under attack, I had to retreat it. And I thought maybe it's not so bad anyway. But he decided to trade off queens. I thought, hey, let's trade on my terms. I kind of wanted a bishop in this corner, trapping the king. So he captured, I recaptured, and I thought the bishop here was just fine. So I tried to do a little pawn storm up and trying to break open the king. I brought up my bishop here to pin this knight, forgetting about this other knight here that could just capture it. So I just gave away a bishop. It's like, ugh, that stung a little bit when he did that. It's like, how could I do that? And so I just try and develop my knight, connect the rooks, and I didn't want him to push that any further, and at the same time I can attack his knight. So he moved it, and this part shocked me probably the most. Him sacrificing a knight there, and I recaptured, and then he goes and sacrifices the other knight. Oh my goodness. That was... I wasn't sure if that was good or bad. He just sacrificed two knights to try and promote his pawn. And I knew if he advanced his pawn, I could move my knight here, and this rook would stop him. And also, I would have two attackers here. It could probably get a little dicey if you got this bishop on a good square to support this rook, but it would be incredibly difficult for him to do that. So I just block. He checked me with the rook, and yeah, there's a knight there. Did I find it? No. And right after I moved the king, I was like, oh, I could have just taken his rook for free. Like, that would have been so good. And thought, oh, it's past. He'll move his rook and everything. It would have just been another miss for me. And anyways, he brought out his bishop. I was like, oh my goodness, yes, yes. I took the rook, and he just resigned. He just doesn't have enough pieces. Like, without that rook, he just doesn't really have an attack. So about the only thing he could do was resign. So I was pretty happy how that turned out. It was quite messy. Even though I got the win, I wasn't happy about the win because I feel like I played really, like, a really sloppy game. and I wanted to play a nice clean game. But I guess that'll be for a future game. I only had a 65.6% accuracy, but my opponent had a 53.8% accuracy, and had like 3 blunders. Opponent had 1 blunder, a couple misses, mistake. He had several mistakes and a couple misses, and it says I played like 800. And I would say that's probably pretty close. I wouldn't say he exactly played like a 350, but it definitely wasn't a very clean game. But I'll take the win to get me up to 942. So hopefully I can learn the 150 attack a lot better. Going to try and get some ideas, different ideas, and figure out like the best moves for the very beginning, and hopefully I can convert that and make it into a nice clean game. Look forward to that, and thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again on my next video. Take care. Bye.